Okay, so if you just tune into the story, make sure you've watched the other video first where I'm introducing what's happening. Let me pick it up here with Louie. Louie had taken this gun and he was going to kill himself. And he felt that someone, or who presumed it was God, had told him to bring that gun to the police station and hand it in. He did that night, just the other day. And what had happened was, he said the other day he picked up obviously because the convention's on, he picked up a Nigerian pastor, and I'm going to really hope I can find this guy. He picked up a Nigerian pastor, and the Nigerian pastor, get this, not knowing anything about this guy, Louis says, the Nigerian pastor sits in my taxi, he stays quiet for a while, and he doesn't even know his name, and he turns to him, and he says, you are in the rock bottom part of your life, aren't you? Something's going on for you where you are suffering. Things are going bad in your life. And Louis was stunned and he said, yes, actually, I've lost my wife, I've lost my mum, and I forgot to tell you, he goes, I've also lost my job. He got retrenched at the same time, all within the space of 3 weeks. His wife divorced him, and he wanted to kill himself. And the Nigerian pastor said, yes, I sense that something's going wrong with you, and so what I'd like to do is I'd like to pray for you. And so they stopped the taxi, the Nigerian pastor prayed for him, and then left. And then he said that what happened was he got the phone call for tonight, and he said it was a really weird thing. He said there's only 3 taxis that were running, and the 2 at this time of the night that were nearby, there's 2 taxis that was nearby, and he was really far away, and he still can't work out to this moment why the depot decided to send him. The 2 guys were free nearby, but they sent him, so he drove the long way to pick me up. And what happened was we talked about Jesus, and by the end of the night, as we sat in the taxi, I asked him what he wants me to pray for. He said he wants me to pray that God comes into his heart. And then I asked Jonathan what he wants me to pray for, and he said that he wants, it's beautiful, he said he wants me to pray that God softens his heart, because he says he doesn't know how to love anymore, love God or love anybody. He's been left with 5 kids, he's the mother and the father for his kids, because his wife left him and is on drugs, and he can't even afford to feed the kids sometimes, so some days they just don't even have stuff to eat. Anyway, it's just been quite incredible. So God used me to lead them both to Jesus. Neither of them have Bibles, and so I've given Jonathan a Bible that I got from here, and Louie's going to come by, and I'm going to give him a book that, if I can find it, I'd like to find Prodigal God, because we talked about the prodigal son being in the pigsties and returning to Jesus, and a Bible. Please pray for them both if you can. I've also now, after getting home, by this stage the hotel had rung the taxi company to wonder what happened, if I got stabbed or something again. But either way, I spent some time with Jonathan, and at the end, after giving him the Bible back at the hotel, he's the security guard from the hotel. What happened was this: he asked to speak to me in private, so we went around the corner and we started talking again, and he told me more about some of the stuff that has gone on in his life. He's been in jail for 5 years when he was 18 for killing somebody. He was in a gang. The guy came out and they had an argument. The guy ran back into his house, came out with a knife, and Jonathan killed him. And he said that he's carrying that kind of thing around with him. On top of that, now he's in a state of his life where he doesn't, the place is so poor that he doesn't know what to do. He's from the outskirts somewhere, and he said it's the stuff you don't see on the TV. Cape Town here is just for the rich people, he said. You haven't seen the other stuff. He says, I live in a 1-room house. In that room is the kitchen and the toilet, and five of my kids and me. And I said, I want to see that place. And so if I can work it out with the sessions, he's going to come and he's going to take me, and I'm going to go and have a look. I've also said, because his 2 daughters, his birthdays are coming up in November, and I've asked if he can bring them. They've never even been to Cape Town before, even though they live close. They've never been able to do that, so because they can't afford the taxi fare. So I've told them that to put him in the taxi, and I'll pay the taxi fares when they come, and then I'll buy them a birthday dinner. And I'm thankful to God that I asked him to help me to work out how to do what I can to alleviate some suffering, and especially eternal suffering that awaits for those who don't know Jesus. And within some hours of praying, that God's allowed me to have an opportunity to do both. And I encourage you, if you're watching this video, to do all you can to firstly pray and ask God for opportunities to be able to do both those things. And I know that God will make those opportunities come. Please pray for Jonathan. Please pray for Louie. And I pray for my safety, because I'm going to go out to this area by myself, I think. This, where am I going? A town called Delphi South. If you never see me again, that's where I am if they're looking for me. It won't be like that, but it'll be. I'm just looking forward to that. So I'm so glad that God's given me an opportunity to kind of put into practice already some of the stuff I've been learning, and it all started by doing a bit of networking with Jesus. So go well. Thanks for your prayers, and I hope you enjoyed the update. God bless.